just developing in the last couple of hours. US Special Forces have rescued a pilot whose F-15 jet was downed in Iran on Friday. The crew of two have now both been recovered. US President Donald Trump called it a daring search and rescue operation involving dozens of aircraft and hundreds of personnel. There are media reports of a fierce firefight, and Iran is now saying it destroyed one of the US aircraft involved. We can talk now to Reza Sayah in Tehran. Good to speak to you again, Reza. Thanks for joining us. More details are emerging then. What have you got to report for us?
Yeah, Washington says the second pilot has been rescued. Still no word on confirmation or confirmation from Iranian state media. Iranian state media does report that a rescue operation took place and an American plane that took part in that rescue mission was destroyed. We still don't have all the details, but with the information we have from both Washington and Tehran, we can piece together at least some of what happened. Around 3 a.m. local time here in Iran, there were reports on social media that there were explosions in aircraft near the city of Yasuj. This is in central Iran, south of Isfahan. This is where the fighter jet was shot down on Friday. A few hours later, early this morning, Mr. Trump announced the second pilot of the jet fighter was rescued. The New York Times reported that at least one American plane involved in the rescue mission was left behind in the area. It's not clear why. U.S. reports say U.S. forces bombed and destroyed the aircraft themselves, which is something they do to keep their enemies from capturing their planes. Iranian state media say it was Iranian forces that destroyed the plane. They say one of the planes was a fuel tanker. Media reports here also say they shot down 2 drones. But obviously the headline here is that based on U.S. reports, the second pilot of that downed jet fighter has been rescued. Again, no word yet from Iranian media or officials. We'll wait to see what they have to say in the coming hours.
Yeah, so conflicting reports there. Thank you for teasing that out for us. We'll obviously update our viewers as things become clearer over the next few hours. But what do we know about this area of Iran where this operation happened? It's a mountainous zone. What would this operation have taken to succeed?
Well, I think U.S. officials reported that it took a lot of aircraft, a lot of personnel. This is an area in central Iran, rural, agricultural area, very mountainous. This is where, according to reports, the fighter jet went down on Friday, and it was a race over the past 48 hours to find this pilot, and clearly the American forces got to this pilot before Iranian forces did. And I think this is going to be a disappointment for Tehran. Obviously, American and Israeli fighter jets have been bombing their country for more than a month. They were eager to capture this pilot. And remember, this is, in addition to being a military conflict, it's an information war where there's increasing political and public pressure on Washington and Mr. Trump. And if Iran would have captured this pilot, the pressure certainly could have grown for Mr. Trump. And certainly the pilot could have been used as leverage if talks were to end this war. But obviously, according to U.S. reports, that pilot has not been rescued by U.S. forces.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Reza Sayah, for your update from Tehran. Meanwhile,